Hey, my name is Blaine Adams with AIC Roofing, and today I'm going to answer another commonly asked question, and that is, why does my roof look discolored? And the answer is, there could be multiple reasons the roof is discolored. The most common is algae growth on the shingles. Now, algae growth looks like a black streaking or stains that kind of run down the roof from the peak all the way down to the eave edge, and it just makes the roof look dirty. Generally, algae grows on the north slope of the home just because the north slope receives the least amount of sunlight during the year. So, along the lines of algae, one of the questions we get is, what can be done about it? Well, there's two options really. Number one is to get a shingle with a stain guard embedded inside of the shingle itself. One of the reasons why we like GAF products is that they have stain guard in their shingles, and it has been proven to mitigate algae growth for up to 10 years. Secondly, if you already have a roof with algae on it and you don't want to replace your roof, then you can hire a roof cleaner that can come up and use special equipment to scrub the algae off of your roof surface. Most of the time that can be done without damaging your roof. Point worth considering there is, if your roof is already pretty old and it has algae on it, the cleaning process could potentially do more damage than good. The second most common cause of roof discoloration is rust. So roofs have a number of penetrations coming through them: plumbing stacks, the chimney obviously, HVAC, hot water tanks. Those things all exhaust through the roof, and any one of those could have a type of metal collar that could produce rust, and then that rust would get washed off by the rainwater and then deposited on the shingles. And over a course of years, that can lead to significant staining of the shingles below it. Also, nail heads, exposed nail heads that are sticking through the shingles, now is a problem in and of itself, but that can also rust and cause brown staining around the nail heads themselves. In the long term, all of these things could lead to leaks or just diminishing your roof's appearance. Number three, moss or tree debris. So one of the things people tend to neglect is trees that are overhanging their roof. While it may look nice next to your house, trees can really damage your roof, and also the shade will cause moss to set up and grow, as well as leaves and branches to fall and land on your roof, and just overall cause the roof area to age quickly. And if that area ages faster than the rest of the roof, there'll be really two different visual appearances when you look at the roof from the ground. So I always recommend people to trim your trees back from the roof. It will protect your roof. It'll also keep critters like raccoons from being able to get on the roof surface and find a way to get inside your attic, which is a separate but very large problem. Number four is age in general. As a roof ages, it fades, it discolors, and it just generally starts to look bad. So, one of the things I always tell people after about 20 years, if you don't have moss and you don't have algae, you don't have some of these other issues like rust, you're definitely going to have issues due to just aging. As the fade, the UV sunlight takes its toll, it can just dramatically change the roof's appearance over time. Number five, and this can actually happen during the installation, and that comes from mixed dye lots. So when your roofer shows up, they generally have 90 to 100 bundles of shingles. Most of the time, they come from the same factory on the same pallet, and they're all going to look the same. However, with these manufacturers, they may have a plant in one part of the country that makes a black shingle, and they may have another plant in the southern part of the country that makes a black shingle. And sometimes those bundles can get mixed, especially through returns or things like that. And while installers as well as roofing distributors really do their best to keep those separate, they can get mixed, and it does happen. And you don't notice it right away. In fact, you don't notice it for a few years. But They will definitely age, and they will shade differently as they're exposed in the sun. And before long, as you look up at your roof from the ground, you will see different patterns of shingles up there that look different. The colors are different, the contrast is different, and it looks bad. And one of the things I always recommend to people is, as your contractor is installing the shingle, just have them make sure that all the lots, the installation, or the manufacturing dye lots are all the same. And this will ensure that your roof stays looking great for a long time. For more information, be sure to visit our Learning Center at aicroofing.com or subscribe to our channel.